Hello, Tanya and Nadim, and just thanks so much for being here with us today in the run-up to UK Allergy Awareness Week and, of course, our campaign to support Natasha's Allergy Research Foundation. Could you explain what UK Allergy Awareness Week is and why it's so important?
UK Allergy Awareness Week is a great opportunity to raise awareness of allergies, and for us being a food allergy charity, it's really important to talk about the real issues that people with food allergies face. So this year it's very much the message of the charity is that food allergies aren't a choice, and I think that's something that maybe the general public doesn't always realise, because I think food allergies tend to be sometimes misunderstood. Let's say we did a poll recently, and 3 out of 4 people out of a poll of over 2,000 people said that they were discriminated against because of their allergy.
So in the UK, the majority of people who have food allergies are allergic to one or more of the top 14 allergens. And those are relatively well known. People will see them marked out in bold on packaged foods, for example. And they tend to be dairy, so cow's milk, eggs, peanuts, and other nuts as well, and things like that, and celery, for example. However, that said, people are also becoming increasingly allergic to foods and that are outside of those top 14.
Yes, we hear a lot from people, don't we, who are allergic to benign foods such as oats, peas, chickpeas have become a really big problem for a number of people. So you can be allergic to any food, but predominantly the ones that the food industry really looks at are the ones listed in the top 14.
It's also worth noting that there are about 170 different recognised food allergens, and while most of those won't be really, people won't be familiar with those, but that is what the food industry and the technicians, if you like, behind the scenes grapple with at the end of the day. And people are becoming more and more allergic to more and more of those 170 allergens.
We've seen some statistics which are concerning and worrying, thinking about the future, as you say. Are there some stats you can share with us today just to help us understand a little bit more about the overarching context of food allergies in the UK?
So we know from recent research that 6% of adults have food allergies. And we also know that children are primarily affected more than adults. Some of those children will grow out of their allergies, especially if they are diagnosed with those or they have those early reactions. But many don't, and those who don't, usually their allergies will stay with them for their lifetimes. So it is a problem that we're looking at.
And why are food allergies becoming more prevalent in young people, in children?
It's one of those questions that scientists are grappling with. We know that babies aren't born allergic. They don't have allergies. But there's a feeling that some may be more likely to become allergic. And we don't yet understand what those triggers are that actually do that. And it can happen at any age.
And we're working with a lot of scientists who are very much minded to find the solutions and the answers to those things, and we're helping to fund some of that work to try and unlock the answers to that, so that we can move forward in leaps and bounds at the end of the day, and hopefully eradicate food allergy once and for all.
I remember you saying a few years ago that your goal was to close your foundation. That would be the ultimate measure of success. And I find that really, really inspiring.
Yeah, that's the end goal. We said that, didn't we, right from the beginning? And we've said it a number of times. We would like to see the day. The charity was never started to just continue. We would like to actually shut the shop, literally pull the blinds down, and the job's done.
You talk a lot about understanding food allergies. What are some of the food misconceptions or the common misconceptions around food allergies?
If you ask anyone with allergies, they'll be able to tell you quite a few. The ones that we often hear are, for instance, if you have a little bit, surely it won't hurt. So of someone's allergen, that surely if you can have a little bit. But of course, for somebody who's very allergic, a small amount can actually hospitalise them.
Also, I think a lot of people would say, if they hear that somebody has a food allergy, they're just fussy. They're just fussy, they'll say. They're just annoying, exactly. I mean, there's a lot of that sort of thinking from people who are sometimes on the older generation, and because when they were growing up, they can't remember anyone having food allergies around them in their communities.
We did a recent poll of 2,200 people with diagnosed food allergies, and 3 out of 4 said that they had been discriminated against because of their allergy, and that's a really sad figure, and so we really want to change that for the better.
And another thing, actually, that we hear a lot of, and this is great, by the way, is that people say, when I go out to eat in a restaurant now, the first thing they ask me when I sit down is, has anybody in the group got food allergies? Now, that never happened before. That is actually a halo effect of Natasha's law. Just the whole greater food economy really changing their ideas, taking allergy more seriously. Now, that's a great thing, to actually have had an effect even beyond where we were originally. That's a really positive thing, because if you ask a young person, an adolescent, a teenager, have you got a food allergy, they're likely, and they do, of course, they're going to respond and let you know that they do. But if you don't ask that in the first place, many teenagers just don't want to stand out and feel different. So it's possible they won't even mention it in the first place. And that creates a bigger risk situation for them and people around them.
As you say, I mean, one of my daughters has a nut allergy, and we were out to eat recently, and the first question was, do you have a food allergy? And she was a little bit hesitant because she's a teenager, but actually, your work helping to normalize that conversation and take away that stigma is just so important. And it's great that it's been immersed, throughout the food industry. Can you tell us a little bit more about the current projects that you're working on? I know that you've launched the Allergy School, which is amazing. Can you tell us how that's going?
Allergy School is going really well. We're really pleased. We launched it in February. It's a project very close to our hearts, isn't it? It's something we've wanted to do for a while. Next year we plan to extend it to secondary schools, sixth form, colleges and universities.
And the need was so great because we were inundated all the time with letters from all over the UK, families saying, we've got such problems with our school, they don't understand my child's allergies, things go wrong, they've been hospitalised, again, not once, but twice, but 3 times, etc. And there was an enormous need for the education system, in the broader sense, to really start to get a grip of what food allergies are, what to do and how to do, but to do it really importantly in a very positive and engaging way. And that's what Allergy School has done, with the content specifically for teachers and separate content for children, allowing them to come together and discuss it in a format that fits with the curriculum, particularly for infants and for children in primary schools. And it's working really well. The feedback we've had from teachers has been fantastic. So we're really pleased that what we set out to do for now certainly seems to be working well.
And we're really proud at Tesco, through our Stronger Starts program, to be supporting that work as well. We've been together quite a number of years, so it'd be great to hear from your perspective how you feel our partnership has been helpful in terms of raising awareness.
I remember when we first had a meeting with Tesco's, and there was such a heart for what we wanted to do and what we wanted to achieve, and we really felt that they understood. And that doesn't always happen, but it was very real. And the support that we've had, really from the beginning, haven't we? From the beginning of our work with the charity, from Tesco, kind of galvanised us as well. And I think the food industry as well, the rest of the food industry, seeing that Tesco were on board with us, I think for some other businesses that gave them confidence as well, and also made them think about, well, maybe we should be looking at this for our industry. Maybe we should be taking food allergies more seriously. So we talk about halo effects, but I think there certainly was a halo effect around becoming a partner with Tesco.
Can you tell us a little bit about maybe some ways that we can better support our friends and family with food allergies? I think as individuals we really want to be able to support, but we'd love some helpful guidance from you as the experts.
There are a number of ways that people can support the work that we're doing, and I would be really, really grateful for that. And things like simple things. It's not always complicated. And so if people want to know more about what we're doing, get a once-a-month email that just tells them what we're doing and how they might want to be involved, then sign up to Natasha's Army. If you go to the website of Natasha's Allergy Research Foundation, you'll see the link there, and just sign up. Just with an email address, nothing more. We'll never ask for anything else, but it keeps people in the loop of what we're doing.
So this year, during Allergy Awareness Week, between the 21st and the 28th of April, Tesco is donating 10p from every Tesco Free From product, whether bought in store or online, to Natasha's foundation.
And what's really great, for the second year running, Tesco are doing a roundup at the tills. So starting for 21st of April, for 2 weeks, when you go to do your shop at Tesco, at the till you'll be able to have an option to round up. And 100% of that roundup will come to the charity to help us deliver on our impactful projects for the communities of the UK.
And we are, I must say, very much looking forward to UK Allergy Awareness Week and our continued support for Natasha's Allergy Research Foundation. Really inspired and grateful for all our customer support.
Oh, thank you very much. Yes, thank you.